What's up, everyone? This is MG Owned, Rofel, and a million other names I use when I'm playing video games on the internet. This time it's Domination on Derail. My setup is the mp5k with silencer, spas-12 with red dot sight, blast shield, flash grenades. Perks are Marathon, Lightweight, and Scrambler. And my killstreak setup is Counter UAV, Predator, and Harrier. I'm pretty early in this prestige, so I don't have a lot of killstreaks unlocked yet. But even if I did, I'd probably still be using this setup because when you're playing a rushdown class like this one, it really helps to have counter UAV. The silencer on the mp5k keeps me, invisible. But Scrambler gives away my position, and if their radar's jammed, it doesn't. And I'm using lightweight instead of cold-blooded, so if they're using UAVs, counter UAV counters their UAV. So it works out really well. And then Predator and Harrier, because, they work pretty well. My Harriers usually don't get me too many kills, so, I don't really think they're overpowered. I mean, they're so easy to shoot down, and everyone always shoots mine down. I think I have 3 or 4 times I've used a Harrier in it, and it actually got more than 2 kills. And that guy has Rangers, so he kills me. The spas-12 is an awesome shotgun, but Akimbo Rangers, which I've noticed are really popular ever since they patched the 1887s, up close, if they stagger their shots, they're going to beat you if you're using a spas-12. And the spas-12 is my favorite shotgun. I really like using it. But you have to make that first shot count. If you miss with it, you leave yourself really vulnerable. So, as you've probably been able to, notice at this point, playing much more aggressively than my other videos that I've posted. This is because this prestige I am going all SMG all the time, and I want to get some perk challenges that I've never gotten. I've never gotten all the, the lightweight emblem that you get for, 200, 250 miles sprint with lightweight, so I'm going for that this prestige, so every class I have lightweight on. And it really goes with the SMGs because they're so mobile. And I'm using Marathon because it goes along with the rushdown, playstyle. And then at the moment I'm using Scrambler because I wanted the Scrambler challenge. You get a title and emblem for it, and I really just wanted to see if I could make it work. And it's when you're flanking, the last thing you want to do is give away your position, and Scrambler does exactly that. So it was kind of a pain, but I still ended up getting some pretty good matches with it. Quite a few more than I expected. And because I wasn't expecting to get really good matches with Scrambler, I wasn't recording, sadly. Otherwise, I'd have 5 or 6 more games where I just have a great score, and I'm using Scrambler Pro. The upside is, at least, that I haven't died to a Claymore shot. Or Claymore shot, what the hell is that? Died to a Claymore since I started using it. Normally, Claymores are kind of the bane of my existence. I get killed by Claymores all the time. But Scrambler Pro, haven't got killed by one. It's awesome, and I wish I could remove that part of the perk and combine it with something else. It's probably all I'd use. Although I really miss Ninja. I've been killed by more people with heartbeat sensors than since I started playing this game. Really, I mean, Ninja is my go-to perk, and if the heartbeat sensors didn't exist, I think you could really have a good argument for other perks, but because so many people use them, I think Ninja really is the #1 perk for slot 3. This is a huge map, and the mp5k is not so good at range. Also, because I'm using silencer and I'm not using stopping power, it takes a lot of bullets to kill people at a distance, and the mp5k is one of the few weapons in this game that actually has recoil to speak of. So, I'm not using the most effective setup, and I know that. But the purpose of this was pretty much to challenge myself and see how well I could do with less effective setups. And this one is, I don't know, it's not the worst. It's definitely not the worst setup. It's far from the most effective. But I've been sort of surprised with how good you can do with SMGs. You really do have to get, well, like with the exception of the mp5k, you do have to get close to them. You have to do a lot of flanking just so you're working at your most effective range, and they're not so bad if you have stopping power. I'm not using stopping power, so you know, the kills come slower, takes more bullets. They do have a higher rate of fire, but they also have recoil. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I actually really like them. I used to not like SMGs too much, but I've just since forcing myself to use nothing but SMGs, this prestige. I think I'm level 33 right now. In this video, I'm a lot lower than that, but so I've been using them all just to unlock stuff, and I really like them. I recommend using them. Not the best for Derail, but maps like Invasion and Skid Row are really good. Sort of rundown depending on how the game is going. If it's playing out to where everyone's camping, you might not be able to cross the bridges with it, but if people aren't camping, it's good on that map too. Using the blast shield, I kind of wanted to get the challenges for it. I was thinking, maybe if I see, I'll switch to it really quickly if I see people spraying noob tubes or something, but so far I haven't been able to actually make it work. I mean, just using Marathon and lightweight SMG, they kind of outrun a lot of the explosions, and so I don't use the blast shield anymore. I've taken that off and gone back to frags and Semtex. And this guy's noob tube fails here. The spas-12 that's a really good shotgun. It has great range. The range is so good that you can actually put a silencer on it, and it's still a really great shotgun. And if you're playing a rushdown style of game, I recommend putting a silencer on it, just like you would with your primary weapon. And if you're using stopping power, like Marathon stopping power or something like that, your range is almost not affected with the spas-12 with silencer. It's still shorter, but not by much. So, I hope you guys like seeing this sort of gameplay. I know it's a lot different from my other stuff. It's a lot more aggressive. I don't get a ton of kills from air support. As you can see, I call in Harriers twice, I think, and they don't get me too many kills. And it's mostly just me, rushing the enemy down. And just because you play aggressive doesn't mean you want to play stupidly. It doesn't mean you just want to run straight at the enemy out in the open. You still want to take the side routes. You want to, dash between pieces of cover, And, you see me, I was clearing the building, and because people always hang out in the building, so I'm not just going to go dashing through it. You got to do it carefully. But here I am, getting a little cocky, and, of course, I'm right in their spawn. They spawn behind me, kill me. But I end up with a pretty decent score, I think. It's, if you saw it really quickly, and you'll see in a second here, it's 40-4, with most of the kills coming from my gun. Yeah, that's a 10-1, so that's not too bad. So, leave a comment, rate it what you think it deserves, and thank you for watching.